Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's gist is on Nollywood actress Bukola Arugba. Well guys, Bukola Arugba has finally announced a separation from her husband Damola Olatunji. The Nollywood actress issued out a PSA through her solicitors, and she revealed that both her and her husband Damola Olatunji are no longer an item, as they're no longer couples and they are separated. They've parted ways. According to the statement that was released through Bukola Arugba solicitors, the estranged lovebirds were never married and they were just blessed with twins. Though the statement did not actually disclose the reasons for separation between Bukola Arugba and her husband Damola Olatunji, but then the statement stated that the separation is without any hard feelings or ill will. But as these two are separated, the estranged couple's main focus is on their kids, their twins, and their priority is their twins that joined both of them together. Both Bukola Arugba and her husband, Damola Olatunji, have both agreed to jointly ensure the well-being and welfare of their twins, and that they would take care of them, co-parenting in peace, and make sure that their children's well-being and welfare is their main focus and priority. So, as Nollywood actress Bukola Arugba actually issued out this PSA through her solicitors, the Nollywood actress turned off comment section. No comments were actually allowed to be placed under the post she made on her Instagram page, and she did not post any other thing afterward that might attract comments from different social media users. She knows that there are a lot of her fans and social media users who are actually going to reach out to her, and they're going to express their agony and pain about Bukola Arugba's separation from her husband. So to avoid many comments from different social media users and those who would have to reach out to her through her DMs, Bukola Arugba actually turned off comment section not to allow any comments on that the PSA she released on her page through her solicitors. Well, this was what the statement entails. It says, "We are solicitors to Mrs. Bukola Arugba, also known as Arugba, hereinafter referred to as our client, on whose instruction we give this notice. Please take note that our client, Bukola Arugba, and Mr. Damola Olatunji are no longer an item. They have gone their separate ways, and this is without any hard feeling or ill will. They have never been married to each other but are blessed with two lovely children, twins. They have both agreed to jointly ensure that the well-being and welfare of their two children is granted. Our client wishes Mr. Damola Olatunji God's continued blessing. Thank you." Well, this post actually generated different reactions from all the people who reposted the separation of Bukola Arugba from her husband Damola Olatunji. Well guys, before Bukola Arugba came out clean about her separation from her husband Damola Olatunji, we all know that there have been speculations concerning Bukola Arugba's marriage to her husband, and it was also said that Bukola left the house barely some months back. And in the post of Bukola Arugba, there were some posts that were actually talking about love, heartbreak, and her husband Damola Olatunji was also sharing cryptic posts on his Instagram page amidst the separation from his wife. Meanwhile, earlier this year, despite the fact that these two actually went on vacation last year during December, that actually delighted many of their fans seeing both of them together. Despite that, it seems that things were not really settled between these two after the vacation that delighted their fan, because Bukola Arugba actually fueled breakup rumors between her and her husband when she left her husband a casual birthday message, which is something very unusual coming from Bukola Arugba, who always praise her husband with a lot of sweet romantic names. Many social media users know Bukola to be someone who always writes epistles to mark her husband Damola Olatunji's birthday, and celebrating his birthday earlier this year, she just settled for a 2-line message which reads, "Happy birthday, twins dad. Do have a great one, sir." And this short message got a lot of fans wondering what was going on with the lovebirds. Well, as of last year, it was alleged that Damola Olatunji's initial sex for roles involving young actresses that are upcoming were causing issues in his marriage last year. As a matter of fact, it was said that the couple did not only unfollow each other on their respective Instagram page, but also constantly they've thrown shade at each other on Instagram. And when all this whole issue started, information gathered made it known that families tried to settle the issue between Bukola and her husband Damola Olatunji. As Bukola was still being patient with her husband, she even prayed to God that she knows that her husband will be a changed man once again. Despite all warnings from Bukola Arugba's friends and families to leave Damola Olatunji alone, Bukola then had said she wasn't going to leave her husband, that she know that it's going to change, and she pray for way forward for her husband, because apart from the fact that Damola Olatunji was alleged to be involving young upcoming actresses for sexual roles, it was also said to be a deadbeat father who has been giving excuses at home when it comes to taking responsibility as a father on his children, his twins. So all this was what caused issues at first in Bukola's marriage to Damola Olatunji, as it changed constantly. And despite all the settlements the families were trying to make, it seems that Damola Olatunji is not changing from his side, and Bukola could no longer endure all she had to endure while still trying to stay with him, thinking that he would change probably one day. Because when there were a lot of social media users who got to know that there were issues going on within Bukola Arugba and her husband, and also that she did not heed to her friend's advice to leave her husband alone, there were social media users then who actually opined that the reason why Bukola would not want to leave Damola Olatunji is probably because she also snatched him from another woman barely months Damola Olatunji got married to his broad-based wife. Information made it known that Bukola was actually pregnant for Damola Olatunji. So there were a lot of social media users then that still turned Bukola Arugba with those news that she snatched Damola Olatunji away from his abroad-based wife as well when she got pregnant for him. There were some social media users who were even saying that what was Bukola Arugba expecting from a man that cheated on his newly wedded wife? After all, she wouldn't be expecting him to be a responsible man. He has always been like that. It was just Bukola that did not notice. So there were a lot of opinions from different social media users then when Bukola said she wasn't going to leave her husband. Not until recently, months back, information gathered from the controversial blogger Gislova made it known that Bukola has packed out of a matrimonial home as she could no longer endure all that is happening. And also, she packed out when her husband, Damola Olatunji, allegedly impregnated another woman. Well, we guess that was the last trap for Bukola Arugba, as she could no longer tolerate all her husband's shenanigans, and she had to back out of the house after her husband impregnated another lady. So while all this information was going on back and forth concerning Bukola Arugba's marriage, both her and her husband said nothing about their marriage, as Damola Olatunji kept hiding it. And also when social media users even commented at his comment section to go back to his wife, he kept saying nothing is wrong with his family. Right now, Bukola Arugba has come out clean, and she has released a PSA through her solicitors to confirm that both her and her husband Damola Olatunji have separated. Well guys, that's all for today's gist. Don't forget to like and comment. Thank you. Bye.